Alright guys, so this is my first upload onto this channel, and as you can see, it's going to involve wood burning stove. Well, miniature one at that. So, let's just get right into this. There we go, a review of it. And this, so don't judge me, this was a build that I got from YouTube. I was watching it one night, looking up some ideas for camping and DIY projects for, wood stoves. Came across Paint Can. The Paint Can wood burning stove. And, yeah, so, saw that video, decided, hey, I've got one of those hardware stores where I live, and I know for a fact that they have empty metal paint cans, and they have the lids on them too. So went there, bought that, saw these dryer, I don't know what you call them, dryer vents, but dryer tubes, whatever you want to call it. I'm not too savvy on terminology for this stuff, but anyway, saw these, bought one, which is the black one you see down there, which is matching the black paint can now. Excuse me. Anyways, saw that, bought it, came here, and basically did a really crude outline of the goddamn dryer vent tube, whatever you want to call it, and put it on there, and then cut it out with some tin snips. And I should have measured it, and I should have used the right tools, but I kind of was, winging it at that time. Kind of excited to get this thing built, so I went and did it, and it may look ugly and it may have turned out not so pretty, but I gotta say, this thing works like a goddamn charm. Now, you can see a flame in there. Let's get into that before you guys get scared that I'm burning wood inside my house. I have one of those in there. One of those green sterno cans, I think is what it's called. I can't remember the name. I should have faced the label towards the front so I could see it when I did this, but I wanted to put it in there, test it out on video this time, and just to show you guys what this is doing. Now, I wish I had like a little heat gun that could measure the temperature coming out of there, but it's a pretty decent, heat coming off of that. I'd say probably like 200 degrees at this point. Now these cans can burn for I think 2.5, maybe 3 hours if it's really cold, and they actually work awesome inside this can, inside this little mini wood stove I built here. And since I was thinking about it, I was like, well, I could probably do that and test it out inside the house and not have to worry about it being so hot right off the bat with open flames going all over on the inside, and then plus worrying about how am I gonna get the smoke out, and not wanting to stand out in well, you can't see it here, but this. Yeah. Didn't feel like standing outside the garage in freezing temperatures. Anyways, got that all done and tested it out, and this indeed is a fully functional camping mini wood stove that anybody can build. I mean, obviously, I built it, and I don't really have any type of handyman qualities or skills that would assist me in building such a thing. So yeah, back to this. Since I built it, I bought 2 more of these elbows to extend it. That way I can get better flow there, and there won't be so much heat being lost or released at once. while it's burning, you know. I mean, obviously it's still keeping the heat in, since it's like way better inside of the can, you know. So it's heating up the can first, and then having to get all the heat through it, and then up through this valve. So, you know, I extended it instead of it being, you know, just, and then it stops there. So now instead of stopping just like, you know, right there, it goes up, and I get way more heat out of it. I mean, this even gets heat off of it too, so that's radiating heat, you know, from here all the way down into this, which, you know, radiates the most heat. So, I mean, this would work out very, very nicely inside of anybody's blind, I don't know, is that what you would call it? Like a little hunting, you know, shack or anything. Basically, that's a small little space that you can, you know, heat with this. And the fact that I got that can in there really, really, you know, helps out for that type of deal. If you don't want to have smoke going all over the place and having to worry about cutting a hole into your wall of your shack or your, you know, hunting blind, you can just set this in there, put that Sterno can inside of it, and turn it on, and you've got some heat in there. Just, you know, obviously, since it's going to be giving off fumes or, you know, whatever that is that these things give off, you're going to want to have it ventilated in there. So have like a window or your door cracked a little bit, and you'll be perfectly fine, while also being heated. So I just wanted to, you know, share this with you guys and show you what I did. Now, since this is my first upload, and, well, first upload on this video, it's first upload for me in a long time, so try to bear with me, because I'm trying to figure out what to talk about with this right now, and I just want to show you guys it, because there's going to be more to come. I do have other YouTube channels, but I'm going to try my best to get my videos off of them and put them on here, because I have quite a few that would go with this channel very nicely with the outdoors, and I would just like to, you know, start a new channel with solely this kind of stuff, you know, the fishing and, you know, DIY projects that you could do that could, you know, benefit you if you're an outdoorsman. But yeah, this is my paint can wood burning stove, that you could also use it for those Sterno cans, which, you know, I find that to be really a nice touch, to be able to put those inside of here and heat this up, but not too hot, you know, right away. Now, I should have put legs on it, but I kind of like it without the legs, because then I can actually place it on to, you know, a brick set. Because in reality, if you do put the legs on it, depending on how you do it, they're gonna get hot, you know, just as fast as the can itself is going to get hot, you know. So like, if you do have wood or an open flame inside of the can that's going all over, you know, crazy and blowing smoke out through the top, it's going to heat up the can very fast, and it's going to heat it up a lot, and it's going to be so hot to where you can touch it and sear your skin off of it. Now with the legs, you know, these are really thin cans. It's not like there's two layers, like, you know, that thick inside of there, where you could put a leg up and then, you know, cap it off or whatever you want to do on the inside, and not have to worry about it getting hot so fast. But the fact is, these are really thin, and they're just as thin as the door right here, you know, which that isn't much. It's paper thin. So just think, with those legs on there, they're gonna get basically red hot, and with that being on floor, you know, like wood or whatever you have underneath it. Unless you have it standing on bricks, it's gonna keep that stuff up just as hot and melt through, start a fire, you know. So that's just a thought there for you guys if you do want to go and make this yourselves. Unless I'm missing something about the legs, I wouldn't add them. I would just leave it as is and place it under, or place it on top of bricks when you're using it, or place it on top of something that is basically fireproof. Otherwise you're gonna have not a good time in your hands. You're gonna have a bad time. Now, as I said before about the heat on the can, you don't want to go moving it around right off the bat, especially if you do have open flames in there. But if you have the sterno can in there, I would say it's safe to move around for the first, I'd say probably the first 30 minutes. But anything longer than that, it gets pretty hot, especially where you place it. Like, I place it in the back to where it's basically directly under the pipe itself. So the heat and the flames are actually going up through the valve, you know, instead of the heat just, you know, going all over the paint can. It's going up through the valve, so it's not heating this up as hot. But if you do put it in there and you want to get more heat radiating off of it, so that way, you know, it heats up the place a lot faster, then I suggest you do put the sterno can like where it's touching, where the flames would be touching the top of the paint can itself. That way it can spread out the heat and all that throughout the can, and it would heat it up. I'm rambling on here, I know that, but I just wanted to get some of that out there and explain my thoughts on this and what I think about it and my experience using it so far. Even though I've only used the sterno cans in there, I do want to take it out this coming spring or summer and, you know, get some wood in there, burn it up, and see how it holds up. See how it does with that. And alright, so that concludes this video, and depending on what goes on, I might make a second part of this, but you know, we'll see. It depends. Get my finger out there, away from the camera lens. But yeah, I just wanted to share this with you guys, see what your thoughts are, and see what your guys' experiences are using it, paint can wood stove, if you have. And if you haven't, I would suggest, you know, making one. It's a fun little do-it-yourself project, and it really doesn't take much effort, and it doesn't take that much time at all either if you have the right tools. It took me quite a bit because I didn't have the right tools, obviously, just tin snips. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for joining in, and I'll hopefully be uploading again soon.